Hi guys, hi, hello, how are you? Today we'll be doing another Halloween/fall crochet tutorial. And before we get started, I'm gonna show you my inspiration, which comes from this little guy. I love Rilakkuma and all his friends, and I saw his little bag and I was like, that looks like the perfect thing for me to crochet for the fall spooky season, Halloween. So today we're gonna be making that. Now, the yarn I got is a little bit brighter, but I love this color. It is in the color Safety Orange. It is like a bright neon, not quite safety orange. I would say it's like a neon creamsicle, but either way, it's gorgeous. It's loops and thread, soft classics. No, not everyone likes using acrylic, but I love to use acrylic for bags. I think it makes a very nice, like structured one. Then for the face detailing, since he has a purple face, you don't have to do purple, you can do whatever color you want. I'm personally gonna do purple for the strap and the face, and I picked out this color, which is fuchsia, and it is a like neon fuchsia color. Also loops and threads, soft classics. Both of these are from Michaels. You'll need a skein of each. You will need a 5mm hook. You'll need stitch markers, and you'll need a crochet needle or yarn needle, whatever you prefer to call it. But yeah, that is our tools that we'll be needing for this project, so let's get started. To get started here, it's gonna really depend on how big you want your bag to be. I haven't fully decided what size I want my bag to be, so we're just going to start with a starting chain of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So I have my starting chain of 8. Then I'm going to turn into my work here, and we're going to do a single crochet since we are doing a bag. We don't want any overly loose pieces where stuff could fall out. Let me pull some more. Pull some guts out here to make it easier. There we go. And so we're gonna get to the end here. We're gonna do a second stitch into the end while kind of turning, and then we're going to just turn all the way, do another stitch, and then we're gonna keep going this way. Now you can use stitch markers. I am not too particular about it, but if you want to be very particular, definitely put stitch markers on your, basically where the end of your last row was, which would have been here. This is, or I guess technically here, and this would be our new row. But I'm not too particular. So I'm gonna go into this one and put 2 stitches in, and then I'm gonna go into this one, put a stitch, go around. So once again, where we put the 2 stitches in would kind of be the end. We're gonna go around, and around until we get to here again. Then we're gonna put, oops, everything's in the way, 2 stitches into here. And then because I want mine wider, I will start to do 2 stitches into here. Then we're gonna go 1 stitch, go around, and then we're at the end here. So I'll do 2 stitches, and then 2 stitches. Here's kind of a look of what it is on the inside versus the outside. And I'm going to go around again and just keep going. Honestly, till we're to the desired size. It's going to be really hard to count these, but I will do my best. And basically I'm just going to keep putting 2 stitches into this. Then this time I'm only going to do a single stitch, and I'm going to switch back and forth. So I'm going to go around 1 full time, doing a single stitch at the very end, 2 stitches, then a single stitch all the way around, 2 stitches, and a single stitch all the way back. And then the next one I go around, I'll do 2 stitches and 2 stitches, if that makes sense. Because I want this a little bit wider than like a narrow oval, which is what we would get if we only did the 2 stitches into the side. But yeah, I'm gonna continue this pattern, and I will come back telling you approximately how many times I went around. I'm on round 6, row 6, and you can see it's kind of curving upward. So I need to add stitches here to make it flatter. So I'm gonna double up on my stitches in the center stitch. I know this isn't an exact science, but doing this is a little intuitive. So that's what I'm gonna be doing. As I said, doing this oval is a little intuitive. So I am gonna switch up again, because as you can see, we're starting to get more of an oval shape. The center I'm gonna pinch to make it nice and flat, but that's going to be after the fact. So I'm gonna add 2 stitches here, and then now I'm gonna switch up where I do my additional stitches. I know this is a little complicated. I'm sure people are gonna say, oh, there's so many better ways to do it. You are more than welcome to do it a different way. This is just always how I've done my ovals. This is how I just figured it out myself, I guess. I'm going to kind of counter so I'm gonna do double stitch in the center, then I'm gonna do double stitch, double stitch, double stitch, double stitch, like here and here, here and here, here and here, and it'll kind of like, because like I said, I want a nice wide oval because this is going to be the base of my bag. So that's basically what we're going to be doing, is we're just gonna, as we continue to go on, we're gonna kind of intuitively move around our double stitches to make it work. I think this is row 8. And so that's how I'm going to be doing it now. I will update you guys if I move them around. I went 2 more rounds, so I'm on round 10, and I'm no longer doing stitches into the sides. I am just going to do 2 stitches into these 2 parts. I'm doing that because I kind of have the oval shape I want, where it's like slightly round, if that makes sense. I don't know. It'll make sense once we get to actually the outside of the bag. But yeah, so I have the shape I kind of want, so I'm just going to keep going with this by adding 2 stitches and 2 stitches. As you can see, our oval did not turn out perfectly, but that's a part of making your own patterns, is they don't always turn out perfect. But now I thought 2 different ways to do this. So we could either stop our yarn, which I need to count how many rounds I did, and then I can let you know. But we could either stop our yarn and do a separate piece, kind of similarly to how I did my jack-o'-lantern scarecrow, where you just do a starting chain, the height you want, go the length you need, or like the amount of rows you need to wrap around, tie it off, and then stitch it all the way around. But I am actually going to just keep on this piece. So now I'm not going to expand at any point. I'm just going to do a single crochet into every stitch all the way around till I get to my desired height. By the way, I did 16 rounds. So I have 16 rounds, and now for my 17th round, I'm just going to do 1 single stitch into all the stitches so we can start going up. I wanted to give you guys a little update. It's kind of hard to see right now, but this is what it looks like. I've done 5 rounds of not expanding yarn, and once it's all like done, it'll kind of even out. Like I said, I'm gonna pinch the bottom here. But yeah, that's what it looks like so far. I'm gonna guess we'll do about 20. Don't take this as truth yet, but this is just my guess as of right now. That's 5, but we'll see. We want to make sure as you're going, you want to make sure you have enough room for the face where it's like even and like proportional. So that's like the biggest thing. You will have some, because as you can see, I have my stitch marker of where I stopped expanding was on this one right here. And you can kind of tell that how it's going to sit is not flat to that. So you'll keep that in mind too as you are making your bag. But that's what it looks like so far. All right, I have done now 10 rounds, I tried to combine the word, of just staying the same, and this is what it looks like so far. We have enough room for our mouth and the nose, so we'll have to go a little bit further to add the eyes, then add a little bit to the top. Also, a quick brief break from crochet to see how cute my cat is while we're crocheting. I have done 14 rounds or rows, whichever term you prefer, up from here. And now I'm going to take, oh, I guess I should clarify, 14 rounds or rows of staying the same. And now we're going to reduce a little bit because I do want the head to come in a little bit and just leave a small opening. You could also go ahead and do the face now if you want, but I am going to finish this part first. So I'm going to remove my stitch marker because I'm going to save it to use for my rounds. Now I'm going to go into my first stitch, into my second stitch, and pull my yarn through to create one single stitch. And this is going to be my first stitch. And then I'm going to do, I don't know, because it depends on how quickly you want to reduce. So I think I'm going to start with 10, and I'm going to make more drastic changes as we go on. So that's 2, 3, 4, 5, and 10. Then once again, we're going to go into the first stitch, into the second stitch, so we have loops from both, then create a single stitch, then do 10 single stitches, and the same all the way back to our start. We made it back to the start again, so I'm going to remove my stitch marker, and I'm going to go into my first stitch, into my second stitch. I have 3 loops on, pull through, so I made 1 or 2 stitches into one, and once again, that is my starting stitch. And this time, instead of 10, we're only going to do 8 single stitches, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, then 8, and then we're going to do it again into the first stitch, into the second stitch, pull our yarn through 8 stitches, all the way back to the start. We're going to continue to reduce, so we'll put 1 stitch into 2, then go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 single stitches, then 1 stitch into 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, all the way back to the start. Continuing with the pattern, we're going to put 1 stitch into 2, then go 1, 2, 3, 4, 1 stitch into 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, all the way back to the start. Okay, now we will, gotta focus, there we go. We'll put 2 stitches into 1, then go 1, 2, 3. So we're breaking our pattern a little bit, but not too much. And then we'll do 2 stitches into 1, then 1, 2, 3, all the way back to the start. And after that round, we are done. So I'm gonna cut my yarn, pull through, and we're gonna do the ears, and then the face, and then the straps. We will now be doing the ears. I already did one to get an idea of size. So we will.
Mommy,
I'm not very good at the magic ring, so I typically do 4 stitches in a starting chain, then connect to the end here and pull it through, and then insert my yarn or my hook into the center, and we're gonna do 8 stitches. Once I work this out here. So we'll do 1. Normally the piece is always in the way. So we'll do 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, oops, 7, and 8. We will use a stitch marker to keep track of our spot. So we'll put 2 stitches into each stitch, starting with the first one. So that'll be 2, 3, 4. We're gonna go all the way around and we should have 16 stitches. Then you'll take your stitch marker out and you'll put 2 stitches into your first one here. So 1, then 2. So 2 stitches in the first, then a single stitch, then 2 stitches into the second, then a single stitch, and we'll go all the way around to the start. And we're gonna put 2 stitches into the starting stitch again, and this is our last round. Then go a single stitch and a single stitch, then 2 stitches into one, then a single stitch and a single stitch, then 2 stitches into one, all the way around, and then we'll be done. We'll cut our yarn and pull it through, and we'll have 2 ears. Now I kind of did a mock outline of the face. So this will be the mouth, this is gonna be the nose, and this is gonna be the eyes. I think it will turn out how I would like to. And basically I'm just gonna embroider the outline and then go inward. I will probably show you once with the eyes, and then I'll kind of show you my outline I'll do with the mouth before I fill it in. This is definitely a tedious part, but very important for the look of a jack-o'-lantern. I have some yarn here, and I'm going to go ahead and finish our eye so you can kind of see how I personally embroider. Whatever way works for you, you should do. But you can kind of see with these, I go outside in. So I do my outside, and then we're just gonna kind of slowly go inward. And you want to be careful not to go into the same spot you go out of. So I go kind of back and forth here with my yarn. This time I'll go in for across the bottom, and it slowly fills in the eye. Since I went there, we can go back into this one, making sure we don't break through the yarn kind of like this. It's going to be hard to see because that will potentially pull the yarn, the orange yarn forward, which we don't want. So sometimes you have to go back a little further, but that's okay because it still works. We'll go this way. And I try and be even as possible where this side and this side come together, and then the bottom kind of comes together as we go. If I don't really have a good spot for the bottom, I'll just go back for the sides and keep the pattern going. Then go this way for the top. I know it's kind of hard to see because my hand is in the way. And you want to be careful not to do what I'm doing here where I'm pulling this yarn forward. We do want the base to still be the base, like so. But this time we will do a bottom part. And you're basically gonna do this until your eye is completely filled in, like so. Now I'm going to do the outline of the mouth so you can get an idea of what I'm gonna do. And it's gonna be very tedious to fill it in, so I will not bore you with the video of it, but I will at least show you my outline for the face. I have a very easy pattern to follow here for the mouth. So I'm going to go into this stitch, then go skip a stitch, go into the next, then go down, skip a stitch, go into the next, go in, go down, skip a stitch, go to the next, and then go down. And that is how I did the mouth. I'm just going to make it a smile and then I'll fill it in, but you could also just leave it like this, which would be very cute. I potentially might do that, but we will see. This is how I decided to do the face. I started to fill in like a full smile and it was just gonna take way longer than I had wanted it to. So here is the face. I really like it. I think he's adorable. Next, we'll do the strap because I do want to add the strap before attaching the ears. For my strap, I am going to do a starting chain of 8, and I'm just going to go straight across and do 7 stitches in each row, and I'll let you know how many rows I end up doing. Your strap is going to be based on your own preference. If you want a shoulder bag or a crossbody and your personal length you will need. I did 124 rows of 7 stitches for my strap. I'm going to attach my strap, and this is going to be a shoulder strap, but I'm going to do a few rows into it, kind of like so, and I'm going to use orange yarn to stitch it so you can't see the purple through. And then once I stitch this, I will add the ears and we will be done. All right, so once you attach the ears and the strap, we have our bear jack-o'-lantern bag. It is rounded on the top and bottom. He has a cute face. His ears did not really attach exactly the way I had planned for them to. I think I did them a little high. I personally would probably go a little bit lower, but that is where they are. I might go back and reattach them later, but yeah, this is how it turned out. Mine is a shoulder strap bag, and I think it turned out pretty cute, other than the ears being a little bit high. But yeah, I think I'll just talk in circles at this point. I used less than a skein of orange, less than a skein of purple for this. So this is a great like project for if you're trying to budget and not spend a ton on yarn. If you buy these at a discount, you'll be spending probably less than $7 to make this bag, which I think is a really great deal. But anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed. If you love crochet, love Halloween and spooky things, I have several more things planned for this Halloween season, and you can definitely follow my Instagram, which is always linked down below. But I hope you guys enjoyed this, and I hope you guys have a great rest of your day. Bye!